Hey everybody, Coach Willem here from Restored Strength, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use a foam roller. So we have mobility kits here, and if you purchased one, or if you just purchased a foam roller on your own, I'm going to be going over how to use these fun tools. So the first area that we're going to begin with is the quads. And the thing that I like to do here is I like to isolate this specific area. So I'm going to go at one limb at a time. So I'm going to place the foam roller in the center of my thigh, which is called your quadricep. From that position, I'm going to roll up and down. And so I'm going to be going onto my forearms. From that position there, I'm going to make sure that I'm pushing my elbows into the floor and I'm pulling my belly button up. From this position, all I'm doing is going up and down the top and the mid part of my thigh. And I'm going to go for about 30 to 60 seconds here. Now, what you can do next, just to show you what that looks like from a different side, I extend my leg on the roller, and I have a little bend in this opposite leg that's not on the roller. And so I'm just gently pushing my toe into the floor, raising me up and down. Now, can you do both legs at the same time? Absolutely. And so what that'll look like is my elbows are on the floor, pulling my belly button up. Now from this position, I'm pulling up with my elbows, pushing down with my elbows. Now the next area that we can go into is going to be the thighs, the inner thigh muscles. These are the adductors. Same thing, I'm going to go one at a time. With this one, I'm going to have the roller in an upright position. I'm going to cross my leg over, going from the top of my inner thigh, rolling from side to side, getting into those deeper areas here. Now, another thing that I can do is I can raise or extend my leg here to try to get it a little bit different areas here. So I'm just going from side to side, going into the inner top of my thigh, then going down. And with this one, you're going to mainly focus on it going one at a time. It's hard to do both at the same time. So the next area that we're going to go into is the calf. Again, you can do one at a time or two at a time. I prefer one just because then I can find out what area is tighter than the other. So I'm going to start at the mid part of my calf. From that position, I'm going to have my knee bent, my palms pushing into the floor, and I'm just dragging my butt up and down on the floor. I'm not propping up on my shoulders because that's going to be very taxing, and I really don't want to focus on that area. I want to make sure that I'm getting into the calf. And so by doing so, I'm just gently pushing my opposite foot into the floor, going up and down. I can go from side to side, trying to find different areas as well. And so I'm going to switch sides to show you what that looks like. So again, starting at that mid-calf, going to above the Achilles tendon, and I'm just rolling up and down here. So not too crazy, going out to the outer edge, pulling up to the front, whatever feels best for you. And if you're going to do both at the same time, again, you want to try to focus on keeping your butt down just a little bit, and then you're just going to roll up and down on the sides here. And so with this motion in particular, same thing, 30 to 60 seconds, because the next area that we're going to get into is the hamstring. And with that area, we're going to bend one knee, we're going to straighten out that leg. I can turn my toe outward, or I can point down or up, or I can go inward. Finding different angles to hit with the toe and the foot will get into different spots on the hamstring. And so as I'm going through this, what I'm doing here is focusing on just the back thigh muscle. Can you do one at a time? Yep. Can you do both at the same time? Yep. You're going to prop your hands behind you, lightly lift those hips up, and letting all that weight mainly go into the back of the thighs and the palms. Just you're gradually pushing upward and pulling downward. From there, we can move into the glutes. And so we're going to sit on the center of the roller. From that position, I'm going to shift my weight. So all that weight is on the outer edge of my hip where my butt muscles are. and I'm just tilting my knees to the side, going up and down here. Now, if I wanted to make this a little bit more intense, depending on if I have the mobility, I can cross my leg over and really focus in on that glute area. And so everything that we're going into is going to be anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. Just depends on your tolerance and your time. So once I'm done with the glutes, the next area that I'm going to go into is my upper back. And so with that upper back, I'm going to start right at the rib cage and work to the top of my shoulders. My hands are going to go behind my head. I'm going to gently raise my hips up slightly, and then I'm going to pull myself down. Then I'm going to push my feet into the floor, raise up, and then pull back down. And so with this area here, the goal is to not go as far down as you think. It's to go right below the shoulder blades, then pull yourself up to the top of them. The last area that we're going to hit is called the lats. These are the muscles underneath and on the side of our ribs. And so with that guy in particular, I'm just going to roll to the side. I'm going to have my bottom leg straightened. I'm going to have my opposite leg bent, and I'm going to gradually roll up and down. And let's say that's too tight, I can just hang out here and just move my body up and down in this area. I'm making the scrunchy face because this is a really awful area to hit for myself. Others may not be that bad, but for me, it is rough. And so again, I can add a little bit of momentum moving that area too, trying to just loosen up that upper back.